Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and with me in studio is Patricia Benedict, and she just wants to update her followers and people who have goodwill towards her. She wants to update you as to what has happened to her over the last 3 to 4 days. Patricia, welcome into the studio.
Thank you, Miss Veronica.
You're welcome.
We spoke. What did we spoke? We
spoke Sunday.
We spoke the 12th. That was Sunday.
Sunday, and today is Wednesday.
Yes, we spoke on the 12th. Do you remember I said to you, I'm going to go and get something to eat and whatever.
Yeah.
Miss Veronica, remember Saturday I told you that there were 4 police officers patrolling up and down my little avenue. And can I mention the sergeants? Can I mention?
No, do not mention the address. Do not mention.
So this female sergeant would have ordered them to patrol. And you know, Miss Veronica, I left home. Now, on the cameras, Karen would have seen when I left home.
Canadian Karen, okay.
Canadian Karen would have seen when I left home. I went to the back. Now, I've told the authorities for years, my phone has been tracked and monitored for years. Ms. Veronica, I went to the back. When I went to the back of where I live, the condos, to go to the bus stop, out there is dark. I'm walking onto the pavement to go to the bus stop. I saw a vehicle with no lights on. I didn't pay no mind. When they come closer, they stop abruptly and jump out. So I ran because I didn't know who they were. It's only when I ran and I tripped, it was the police.
When you trip, you can't say trip. Did you trip and fall? Did you fall?
Yeah, I fall. Yeah, sorry, I fell.
Okay.
I fell. And then when I realized it's the police.
So they were not in uniform?
They were in uniform.
Okay.
Because when it was really rather dark and they did not have the lights, and they knew exactly, because they knew I was out there. They knew. They just knew it. They knew. Because they were monitoring me in the mountain, the cameras were monitoring me. Anyway, Miss Veronica, one of them in the video put their knees on my back.
I do not understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
One of them put their knee on my back.
Okay.
And then both of them helped me.
So you were on your stomach? You were on your stomach? And
I was on my stomach,
okay.
Yes. They took me to the vehicle. They didn't identify themselves.
Were you wearing a skirt? Were you wearing a dress? Or were you wearing, what were you wearing?
No, I was wearing a shirt and a pants.
Okay.
They didn't identify themselves. Now, they took me to the station. Now, the female sergeant that I have spoken on those people about for years. Oh, she said, wait, I heard the siren. I didn't know. Okay, you catch her. And we wanted her since, you hear me? We wanted her since the 17th of September. That's what she said. She was saying to them. So they held me. They took me into the inside the police station itself. There's another room.
Your audio is bad.
Sorry?
Your audio is bad. They held you and they took you into the Holetown Police station. And what happened after that?
Yeah, they put me into, and they had me into another room where they interview people and stuff like that. And I just sat there. I got there at 8 o'clock and they had me sitting down there, Sherry. But they couldn't do anything at that time. And they said that they would take me down to the, first of all, what's her name? The female sergeant was happy. She said, oh, let me go and get ice cream. It was rude to me. I can't remember everything right then and now, Sherry. But when she said, oh, let me get ice cream, like, she's rewarding herself for ice cream. She said to me, she said also, I thought she was, what do you call it? A track runner. That's what she was saying to me. Yeah, she had a lot of jokes.
But listen. You said when we spoke on Sunday, you said that everything would have been resolved on Monday because you got from whoever you got it from that everything was going to be resolved. What happened?
Yes, and it would have been, but let me. Okay, now, Miss Sherry, because they couldn't leave me in the Holetown Police station. They had to carry me to another station, St. Thomas, because I want people to know, because there were a lot of things have been going on in Holetown. They are not to leave anybody overnight. And I call myself a prisoner. I said they're
You're breaking up.
I said I am not a prisoner. I wasn't a prisoner. I'm a abductee.
You're not.
That's what
You are an abductee. That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay.
They abduct me.
Okay.
So you're not supposed to leave any person in the Holetown Police station, and I want everybody to know that because of what's been transpiring at the Holetown Police station. And so when I was about to leave, the sergeant female told the other officer, excuse her for a while, and we left the room. I heard keys jingling. You know, when we came back, she locked up my bag.
Okay, so wait. Say that I missed something. You went
She
to
locked up.
no
She
before
locked up my bag.
before she locked
Put my
up.
bag in a drawer.
Before she did that, where was your bag and where were you?
I was sitting out in the interview room where I could sort of see my bag.
So why didn't you take your bag with you when you were being interviewed?
Exactly. So when I
No, that was a question. Hey,
Pardon?
that was I'm asking you why
No,
didn't.
I will explain to you.
Okay.
When she did that, and they were ready to transport me, I said I am not leaving with my bag, and by law, and I want people to know
You're not leaving with your bag or without your bag.
Without my bag. And by law, when you are transporting somebody to another station, the person is to have their belongings with them for security reasons. I several times I said to her, I am not leaving my bag because I said I'm not leaving. I want my bag transported with me. She refused to give my bag. I left the Holetown Police station without my bag. Now on the way to St. Thomas station, she said, I heard on the radio 4:30 Sunset Crest. And I said to myself, and when I was leaving, usually when you're leaving the station, it's supposed to have something over the radio saying, some sort of code to say that you're transporting somebody from one station to the next as a must. That wasn't done at all. So when I heard 4:30 Sunset Crest, the first thing to mind is that they were going to go into my condo without my permission. When I was transferred, can I do part two or do you want to continue?
Just continue. Can you concise it until you're really done?
Okay.
And get your
So
phones
when
back.
I
Yeah, and then we
went
could do a
to-
longer one. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry?
No, go ahead, please.
So when I went to St. Thomas, I got to St. Thomas. Now, and I want people to know, every station has to have a female officer present. Every station. This is the second time there's none in St. Thomas. The lady that brought me up from Holetown was the one that had to take care of me. Now, let's fast forward back a little bit. I heard they said, we were talking amongst themselves, and they said, he's already up there, meaning St. Thomas. So I will explain that to you. So when I got there, I protested. I said that I did not have my bag. I want my bag. They ignored me. There was a female sergeant and a male sergeant. And what I took suspected was that when they said if he's up there, they changed the gentleman that was there, the woman that was there, for the gentleman. And they have to investigate if she had finished, or they put that gentleman there for a particular reason. I went into the cell. They took me to the cell. They ignored me when I told them I needed my stuff. I should have had my bag with me. They proceeded, and once I was there, to turn off the light. Now, you're not supposed to turn. You have to have a light when you're in custody. Some light when you're in custody. I know what has happened before to me, so I was frightened. I take the mattress. Could you imagine me taking the mattress and blocking the what do you call it? You know where when you press the door is. Mm-hmm. I put the mattress there because it was dark. And the female officer, people could take what they want from it. I'm not suggesting nothing. I heard I was shouting and saying that I need to see a doctor too. From what I was saying, I need to see a doctor, and I do not want the light comfortable with the lights off, because that happened to me before. I heard a female, I do not know if it was only a male officer and this female officer in there. I heard he tell the woman, and I quote, "As you ready?" You know what I mean? As you ready. And the lights were turned off. She had a mobile phone, and it was turned up very loudly. And for a very long time, I calling, and everybody ignored me. You know when they finally came around? When the inspector came to do his rounds. I think it's allegedly inspector. I don't mention his name. An inspector came around. You know, the sergeant that was on duty didn't ask me when he came, because they had other prisoners. When he came to me, what do you have that mattress up there for? I said, for my security. I said, I've been calling you for a while and you weren't answering. And if you could check the cameras too, I had a lot to say before that. You know, the man was coming up to me. I in a cell, you know, he was coming to approach me 3 or 4 times. The inspector had to push him back. The inspector had to push and warn him. The last time the inspector gave him a stern warning, because I don't know what he was going to come and do to me. I'm in a cell. I ain't tell him anything. All I said to him is that I was calling y'all. I said y'all had the TV loud. And she said, you tell me I'm a liar. But I said, I meant the phone. He said that true. I said, you're a liar. I said, you're a liar. Right? I told the inspector I needed my bag. I did not feel comfortable that they had my bag. He said, all you have to do is one phone call. It never happened. And mind you, that was the inspectors usually come at 1 o'clock. So from 1 o'clock, I requested a doctor. And even when the inspector came, I requested a doctor. Nothing happened. Next morning now, mind you, I had no shower. The last time I had a shower was 8 o'clock in the night time. The next morning, I go now. I said to them, I wanted, when they came around, 2 or 3 people came around. I said, I want a doctor. I told them what was wrong. What was wrong. That was about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, can I have a shower? He said, well, we don't have, they had a shower there. But they said, oh, they don't have, you could get a shower in Holetown. Sherry, I waited for food. I waited for breakfast. I never got breakfast because they were ready for me to go to Holetown. No, they took me to the doctor. What time was it? I can't remember. What time was it? 12 to the doctor about midnight, 10 o'clock, roughly. So it's probably 9, because I don't have the time. Mind you, 9, 10 o'clock. And all the time I haven't eaten in it. And hadn't eaten from since the Sunday night. I go on to the doctor. I got to the doctor, and I told her that one of the officers kneeled on my back, and I said to her that they had my biceps very, very tightly. And she checked me out. I had soft tissues injuries on my biceps, and she told me my neck is fine. But Sherry, my blood pressure was 173 over 121. And she was very concerned, and she said, no, your blood pressure is too high, because I suffer with high blood pressure, but it shoots up mostly when I'm in police custody. And I said to her, what could happen to me? She said, you could get a stroke. There's nothing that could happen to you. That is too high. She prescribed for me medication and stuff. We went to Holetown Police Station, Sherry. That was the Monday we went to Holetown Police Station. And I spent hours there, hours. And there was few incidents. One with a sergeant I had complained for on the investigations. The others, so I went there, and eventually, and all the time I was asking for a phone call from I asked for a phone call. They reluctant at first, but they did a phone calls. I then had to do they wanted me to do a complaint. They wanted to interview me, and at first I refused to do any interviews with them. Eventually, I did. Sherry, now the interview they did with me was illegal. They said to me they're going to do an interview with recording. My interview with recording and audio. Now, when you're doing somebody's statement or complaint or whatever on the a reply or whatever, it has to be in writing, signed by me and the police officer. But they chose to do a video, and not only that, I was under duress. They told me if I cooperated, I would get station bail. So I would do anything at that moment to get station bail. So they did an audio and video for me. When that was done, then I got station bail. There was other things that happened between that, Sherry. A lot of things happened between that. I can't really now.
Yeah, it's going into 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes. So yeah.
So
what were you? But you're missing the most important part. What were you charged with?
Okay, I got station bail, and I was charged with. You are charged with the offense shown below. You are not obliged. Okay, they said that the accused of parish of St. James with the jurisdiction of Magistrate Equal, Holetown Court, on the 15th day of September 2025, did use a computer to send an electronic communication that was obscene in character, intent to cause, or was reckless as to whether, you listen to that word, as to whether it could cause annoyance, distress, or anxiety to, could I mention the person's name?
No, I don't want to know the name.
It's a legal clerk.
Yeah, I know. We know it's a legal clerk.
Any other person to whom she intended to, or its contents to be communicated.
Okay.
This is what I charge for.
Yeah, once you send me a copy of what you were charged for. When you send me, you have to make a copy, do a copy. And then I can call her name and say, because it'll be part of what I'm presenting online. And other people are talking about the fact that you were charged. The counterfeit king. He was talking about you being charged, and he of all people that is saying that he has someone's medical records and reading the medical records have talked for you. Imagine that.
So we have a separate conversation with him.
Yeah.
Because I want to find out. I will have a separate trust me, we'll have a separate conversation with him. Now they have my phones. Not only that, too, they went to when I hadn't bathed the Monday, I hadn't bathed then for almost a day. And I said I needed a shower. I kept on saying Mr. The acting superintendent requested that because no one offered me.
Okay. Well, okay. But that's like kind of getting into personal issues now. We know that what you were charged for. We know it was a clerk. When you get yourself together, your head together, and get your phones back, then we could do a better interview. But I just wanted to get on here and let people know that you're fine. What's that?
I want to know, and I want the authorities to know, because there's more to it than that. I want the authorities to know. You want the who?
You want the who?
My phones. I need my phones back.
No, but you just say you want the something to know. What were the words? You want
the authorities.
Oh, the authorities.
I'm not aware of the extent of the what's
so
going on.
So you're saying the authorities in Barbados are not aware of how their officers behave?
No. It is not that. Because they always tell lies. Although they had to give me anyway. I want back my phone. I'm going back for my phone today. But my phone would have been breached before they had that search warrant. My phone would have been hacked before they gave that search warrant. So I'm going back at 11 o'clock to collect my food. I got much more. And that matter with me, the person who filed those charges.
What are those words? What'd you say? I don't.
I said what I was charged for should have never ever been charged. Never been. That's a civil matter, and this is abuse of the clerk and the police. That should be a civil matter. I should have never been charged for that. But they want to make an example, so they're using me. There's more to it than that. But I am saying I'm going 11 o'clock today. I need my phones, and I need someone to be there when I collect my phones at 11 o'clock this morning. And I will brief them on what, and I will let them know my phone.
Who are you briefing? Wait. Okay.
You want me to mention names?
I beg your pardon?
I ask if you want to mention the person's names.
No, the authorities. You live in Barbados, so who are you briefing?
I will brief the retired Commissioner of Police.
So you think he doesn't know? You think he doesn't know?
Oh yes. Because they had to give me station mail. They had to give me other stuff in America. Now I have to go back to court the 17th of October, because when Clark could not. I want to put that into. Mr. Magistrate, when Clark knows he cannot try my matters, Miss Veronica, he is watching me. All the clerks were out there, because they wanted me to see me in prison. All the clerks out there, he is telling me, tell me that to say that I want to do the matters here, and then I'm going to transfer the matters. I said, I don't trust you. I said, you should not even be entertaining me in that. Because the first thing you should read the charges and transfer it right away to to Bridgetown. So I don't know what you're coming with to tell me to say that you want to try here, and then you will send it to what do you call it, to Bridgetown, because you should not be entertaining me in that. It should be sent directly to.
Okay, it's going on to 25 minutes.
So it was just a setup.
Okay.
Just a setup. All of them, a lot of them, and the main people is the deputy commissioners. That's female sergeant I have spoken to several times about. And mind you, I would like the authorities to let her pick up the Karen, because they were in communication all the time.
Sunset Crest Karen. Crest Karen.
They were in communication the whole time.
Yeah.
So hence, that social media person, knowing that I got arrested, could have only come from that person and could have only come from that sergeant. And you see how dangerous it is when you, as a police officer, could give other people information.
Of course they do. Of course they do. Of course they do. And little tiny black dudes love to know that they have a white accomplice with them. Yeah. So he that's don't worry. He'll get his what's coming to him. She'll get what's coming to her too.
Because I know my phone will be hacked. I know they looked through my phones and they did a lot of things to my phones. And
okay,
we have to use my phones.
Okay. So it's going on. It's over 25 minutes now.
Okay, so I'm going at 11 o'clock to collect my phones, and the people I will let the people I know, they know who they are. I was communicating with. The police has all the information because they would. One more thing, Sherry. They would took my phone to get the video, but Sherry, they had the video on a disc already. They had a video. They gave me a copy of a video on the disc. So why did they need my phones? Why did they need my phones?
I don't know. But the thing about it is that when you were on the phone with me on Sunday, and I have that interview online, you said that everything was going to be resolved. So somebody's being fooled, and it seems to be that you're the one who's being fooled. You know, they're lying. Somebody's lying to you because
No. He did say so. He said, Miss Benedict, what happened? I was supposed to get back to you. What are you doing here already?
I beg your pardon.
The acting superintendent had told me he'd get back to me. That was the Sunday, Friday. So when he noticed that I was in custody, he said, Miss Benedict, what happened? I was supposed to get back to you. Are you doing here?
And you believe him? Are you believe him?
Of him.
Okay.
They would have never given me station bail. They would have never given me anything. They would have left me there and rot. He gave me station bails.
So it seems as though there's a police. It seems as though there's a police department within the police department within the police department. It seems as though there's a couple gangs in there.
Sorry, there's more to stop, but I will leave it as that.
Okay.
The authorities know I'll go in at 11 o'clock to retrieve my phones.
Okay.
I need someone to be there because I wanted to check my phones with them. Because I just signed off my phones because I know a lot of nonsense has been done to my phones. Because all of a sudden now, Sherry, yesterday I went there and it's quiet. It looks very boring.
So if something is done to your phones, if something is done to your phones, Patricia, if something is done to your phones, you're still gonna take them and you're still gonna leave, right? Even though you may make a complaint, but you're still gonna leave with the phones, right? Okay, I think she's not hearing me. That's it. This is Sherry Veronica, Naked Departure Radio.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.